Sounds like a plan. I will read the preamble. Actually, there you go. My eyes aren't what they used to be, Kristen. Thank you. Well, today is Wednesday, March 31st, 2021, the Westborough Design Review Board. Pursuant to Governor Baker's March 12th, 2020 order suspending certain provisions of the open meeting law and the governor's March 15th, 2020 order imposing strict limitation on the number of people that may gather in one place, this meeting of the Design Review Board will be conducted via remote participation to the greatest extent possible. Specific information and the general guideline for remote participation by members of the public and/or parties with a right and/or requirement to attend this meeting can be found on the Town of Westborough's website at town.westborough.ma.us. For this meeting, members of the public who wish to watch this meeting may do so in the following manner. Members of the public wishing to participate from their remote location are encouraged to email their questions to planning@town.westborough.ma.us. Emails need to include your full name and address in the subject line in order to be read as part of the record. No in-person attendance of members of the public will be permitted, but every effort will be made to ensure that the public can adequately access the proceedings in real time via technological means. This meeting can be viewed on Verizon Channel 28 and Charter Channel 192 or live streamed online at westboroughTV.org. In the event we are unable to do so, despite best efforts, we will post on the Town of Westborough's website an audio or video recording, transcript, or other comprehensive record of proceedings as soon as possible after the meeting. All right, so we got Del Webb Chauncey. All right, how's it going over there?
It's going well. We've had good weather.
Excellent.
Excited about that. So for the record, my name is Mark Mastriani, and I'm here representing Del Webb. And we're the builder and developer of Del Webb Chauncey Lake being constructed over on Lyman Street. I'm sure you're all familiar with it. And we're here today because we want to make some basically enhancements, improvements to the plan. And so I submitted those changes to Mr. Robbins, Jim, who's here, and he suggested that we come to your design review board for review and approval. And I'm happy to walk you through the 4 enhancements if you wish.
Please.
Okay. So if I could share my screen, do I have that ability? Let's see.
Yep, you should be able to, Mark.
Okay. I will try this. Did that just work?
Yep.
Okay, good. Okay, so this is Del Webb Chauncey Lake, and it's just the overview plan. So the first area that we'll go through is our main entrance off of Lyman Street, where my cursor is. And basically what we're asking to do is, the approved plans have a pretty modest planting design at our entry, and we've realized, and we desire to enhance it. So we've submitted an updated entry landscaping blow up design that adds plantings there. The second area before you today is this is our clubhouse. And what we realize is sort of an oversight is that we do not have any trash and recycling facility for our clubhouse. So what we've submitted to add to the plan is over in this parking area here for the clubhouse, we would like to convert these 2 parking spaces and add in a trash and recycling enclosure. Very, very similar and to the existing approved, and actually there's one that's constructed there today, recycling enclosure that's over here where my cursor is. And I have a picture of that. The only difference really is that it's smaller. So this one is 20 by 25 and the new one will be 12 by 18 because it can fit, it just needs smaller containers. And then the third and the fourth change before you, and really an enhancement, is on the plan here. We have a great lawn area and a small lawn area, which is our parks, green space, which is nice. And what we designed here on the approved plans was a gazebo, which looks nice, but doesn't provide a lot of functionality or really it doesn't really provide a great gathering place for our residents. And both of these lawn areas pretty much had just a gazebo with some benches inside. And what we want to do is enhance that and provide a more functional, improved gathering area for our homeowners. So, okay, so that was kind of the overview to try to set the locations and set the stage. So what I'd like to do now is see if I can go to the entry design. So let's see, current approved landscaping. Did my screen just switch?
Yep.
Yes.
Okay, so on our sheet 64 that was approved, which is a landscape plan enlargement, we had a site entry plan enlargement, and it had, some plants, and it had a landscape schedule. And we've resubmitted a new sheet 64, and we've bubbled it up, and this is an amended landscape schedule. The wall stays the same, the piers stay the same, all of the hardscape stays the same. What we've really done is submitted to you additional planting. So all the plantings stay the same, except we've added in some deciduous shrubs, we've added in some evergreen shrubs, and we've added in ornamental grasses, and that's detailed in this landscape schedule there that was submitted. And our landscape architect, Matt Merva, picked out some nice additional plantings to add seasonal color, certainly native, and to enhance it. And so I have a picture here. Should be okay. So this is, did that just switch?
Yeah.
Okay. Don't mind the mirror here. I threw that in the trash. But I took this picture in the fall before it snowed when we were working on this. And you can see this is the existing entryway that's there today with the plantings that were approved. We really want to enhance the plantings. I didn't have a picture of the left side. This is as you drive in, this is the wall on the right side. I don't have a picture of the left side, but that's part of the enhancement. And then I tried to, so we had our landscape architect kind of, do a perspective rendering of the additional shrubs and grasses and things like that. So that's request number one. We're asking for approval of the front entry landscape improvements. Would you like me to continue going on, or should we do these one at a time?
Why don't we do one at a time? I only have a question. So the before photo in the fall, that was it. That was all the plantings, right, from the original?
Yes.
And you're adding all the new colored plantings and.
Yeah. What's not shown in the existing is there was a ton of seasonal flowers. So, and we like lilies and then mums, and we had already pulled those.
Okay. Yeah, and you have irrigation, right?
We do, yeah.
Yeah. No, looks good. Anybody have questions?
Nope.
Okay. And I'm sorry, Mark, on the other side is a mirror image of this?
It's not a mirror image, no, but there's a pier, similar to one of these, except a little bit bigger, and then there's a white fence that carries in that matches this white fence, and then there's landscaping in front of it.
Okay.
The approved was not overwhelming, and the proposed is we've added plants basically.
Sure. Okay. Looks good.
Okay. The second request is the additional. The second request is the proposed trash and recycling enclosure. So let's see what I have here. sorry.
No worries.
I thought I had it pulled up. Okay, so trash and recycling enclosure. So we submitted a site plan and a grading plan to you. It all works. Basically, did this just switch to the sketch?
This is the plan of the trash, the enclosure.
Yes. So this is our clubhouse. And here's where I showed you on the site plan. This is there was 2 spaces here. And this is the location of the trash and recycling enclosure we'd like to add. Here's the detail. This is a very similar detail that we used on our approved plans, except as I mentioned, this is 12 by 18. The other one was 20 by 25. So the other one has 10-yard containers in there, and actually it's solely for recycling because we do trash differently for the buildings. This is a trash in recycling. So this is a 2-yard trash and a 2-yard recycling. And we worked with our private trash collection vendor on the sizing and to make sure that this works and the turning movements work great. And what I wanted to show is, so that's the detail. We added a sidewalk in here. It's accessible. It's consistent with the other sidewalks. And basically we provided a path. So the clubhouse has a service door on the side that can get here, or you can go out the front door and you can get there on your walkway. And there's a picture. I took this yesterday. Did the picture pop up?
It did.
Okay, good. So this is the one over by the first building that we built. This is the existing one today. It looks very nice. We've sort of, I think, perfected our enclosures over the years with the design, and we reinforce them with metal posts in there so they don't break all the time, and we add nice lattice, give it some aesthetic appeal, and we stain them so that they kind of fade in and they look nice. So that's what.
Can you enlarge that? I'm sorry, Mark. Can you enlarge it? Because I can't see the shadow area. Okay, that's much better.
Is that better?
And what's that made of? Is that wood or PVC?
It's cedar. Yeah.
Cedar?
So it's cedar fencing, but we stain it. Holds up.
And those doors swing open, Mark, right?
They do. Yep. There's these little locks there that go into the little holes that hold them in place. And then when the trash vendor gets to the site, they open it up, they empty them, and make.
I noticed this has a couple of trees around it. Any plan to put trees around the new enclosure?
Well, we did not propose any, but that would be certainly something we would add. I didn't think of that, but let's see. We could, there's another building over here, so we certainly could add some on the back side. And we could add we could, I think there's room in here. We could add a couple trees here and, a few here. That would be certainly a good improvement and would work for us.
Yeah, I think that would fit the bill.
A question, Michael, were you thinking trees or were you thinking flowering shrubs like rhododendrons or something like that?
I was thinking, I don't know if those are arborvitaes on the existing one, just something, simple, just to kind of break it up, just over
Those
time.
are green giant arborvitaes. We found those are the only evergreens that deer do not eat.
Oh, really?
We've had a lot of experience with deer eating our arborvitaes, but these are like, they're a special kind that they don't like. But,
Yeah.
I would think in the back there from the other building, you might want shrubs on the back side, but maybe on that sort of little island, then have trees. So that you have the shrubs will kind of mask it from the other building if it's on the back side there.
It's pretty far away from everything, isn't it?
Right.
Yeah.
It
That's
is.
just a thought versus trees versus shrubs in that
Yeah.
spot.
Would it be acceptable if if we could condition it, or if we commit, we could put like 3 evergreens spaced out on the corners and in the middle, and then in the middle of the evergreens, I could put two hydrangeas or something with color. So you get the trees and you get some color, and
Sure.
I think it would fit nice. And then on this side, maybe 1 or 2 of the evergreens. They're not that.
Sure.
That looks fine. My concern, I guess, basically was, boy, it's a long walk to take the trash out.
It is, this is really the best we came up with. It is a long walk, although we'll have staff that does it. So it's an operational thing.
Right.
And we intend to buy like a little cart so that, our staff can, put the trash and recycling on the cart and they can wheel it over. So we'll make it work for our employees and our staff. The other option, what I heard first when it was presented to me, is that they were planning on putting an enclosure over here, and then use toters, and the staff or the employees were going to have to walk up and line the street with toters on trash day. And I was like, oh my God, that's a disaster. That's look good, and it's not going to work well, and you're going to have toters blowing over and in the street and stuff. So I was able to convince my company to add this in, and we think it's going to work really well.
The installation of the evergreens, Mark, will they be done by a landscaper so they know not to put them too close to the enclosure or too
Absolutely.
close to each other? Because they grow, obviously, they need an ability to spread.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Are we going to miss those 2 parking spots from any zoning or any?
No.
No.
Yeah.
They're overparked, Michael, by zoning.
Okay.
They have more than they need.
Got it. Okay.
Moving on.
Anybody else have questions? Hazel, Heather, Cindy?
Not I.
Okay.
Okay, I'll move on. So the last one, which is really, I'm really excited about. So let's see. So this is the current approved lawn area. So I showed you the overall plan to kind of give you so you could get a feel of it. So this is the Great Lawn Gazebo. So it had a gazebo, a couple benches, and some shrubs around. And this is the small lawn gazebo. It's a smaller gazebo, shrubs, and benches. And what we'd like to do, and I have a blow up too, but so what we've done is amended this sheet 64 again. It's dated February 26, 21, if you were to approve it. And this shows, an updated blow up of the Great Lawn, amenity and the small lawn. And I have a blow up of this, but so why don't I go to that? Let's see, this is the official plan. Lawn patio details, great small lawn. Okay, can you see my screen? Did it blow up here?
Yes.
Okay, so these are basically in the same location. So this is the Great Lawn, and instead of the gazebo, we've kept the same amount of shrubs in the design. So there was in the blow up detail, there were shrub plantings and mulch areas, and we've kept the same. So we didn't change any of the landscaping. And basically we replaced the gazebo with this stamped concrete paving patio. And what we'd like to do is have a nice pergola we have 3 grilling stations. There'll be gas under the pergola. And then we have seating and tables for people to gather and grill and socialize on the Great Lawn. And on the small lawn, we have, it's a little bit smaller, but similar concept. We have the pergola with 2 grilling stations, 4 tables and chairs. And we submitted some details. So we envision a, cedar or wood stained pergola Those are the stand-up grills. It's kind of a sample example of the table and chairs and there'll be an umbrella for shade. And that's, and we would like permission to make this change so that we can communicate it to our homeowners and we can move forward with it.
What are you going to do about trash?
Well, I would imagine it will be carry in, carry out. So we do not have a trash receptacle there. So I would not, it would be carry in, carry out. Whatever you bring, you leave with.
Can you enlarge that, Mark? I'm trying to read your notes.
What do we have for lighting around there, Mark?
There's no lighting. We did not want lighting back here because there's homeowners and we don't encourage people walking back here at night. That's a big no-no for us. But what we have done is we're just requesting down lighting on the trellis over the grills. And they'll be put on a timer so that we can have them turn on and turn off certain times. And so minimal lighting, down lighting.
Good. Great.
May I ask a question, please? You've noted on this chart several, on both the Great Lawn and Small Lawn, several potentially saved trees that exist there now. Do you know at this point whether they will be able to be saved?
Where is that? You mean these?
I think abutting the
This one right here?
Potentially.
That is there today. It is there today. I mean, we were not able to save a lot of trees out here. We worked hard at saving what we could. But that tree, there was one tree in this area and I think it is this one. It is saved and it is out there today.
About in the smaller lawn area.
Oh, here. Yeah, these were over by the houses formerly. You know, if we were able to save them, we did. I honestly don't know about these, but if we were able to, they were. We wanted to. I know that.
And just one other thing, I believe in the small lawn area, you're still maintaining a granite bench that was salvaged, perhaps.
Yes.
From
Yes.
original.
Yeah, that was something we committed to. So we have them here in the Great Lawn area too. So, you know, when the demolition occurred, we, have a pile of granite out there. And they'll be repurposed and placed around the site, as we previously designed.
Okay,
Those were
great.
the old windowsills, weren't they? The piece of granite came out from underneath the windows. A lot of them, and
So,
then
I mean, I
yeah.
know I would have assumed, steps if you didn't say that. That would have been mostly my guess.
No, there were large pieces of granite underneath the windows. I think were mainly the ones that look like they could be repurposed for benches. But I'm glad. Thank you for saving them. And as I
Yes.
said, benches were what we had in mind, and I think that's a great use of it because it was really nice granite.
Yes, I agree. Thank you.
The stamped concrete, Mark, what will that look like?
Well, it'll look like pavers. So there'll be little rectangles. It'll be a beige gray color. We've used it in the past.
The one on the small lawn has a herringbone pattern in it. Are they both
Yeah.
the same?
Yes. Yep. They'll be the same. Yep.
Are we using that anywhere else in the development, Mark, the stamped concrete?
I think we're using stamped concrete behind the clubhouse. There's a exterior, a fire pit, grill area, seating area behind the clubhouse that we typically use stamped concrete on all of our projects behind the clubhouse.
So we probably approved the color for that at some point.
Maybe. I know what we use. We've used it on other sites. It's very neutral. It's very. It's a beige, grayish color. It's not jumping out to me. I can follow up with you. I'd like to resolve this today if possible, but I'm certainly can follow up with, today with whatever color we're proposing. But it would be very tasteful.
Sure.
I mean, I would think if we approved the color behind the clubhouse, which we probably did, then there wouldn't be any reason not to approve the use of the color somewhere else on the property.
The pavers are already installed at the clubhouse, right?
No, no. I actually was there yesterday. So the exterior of the clubhouse is coming along really nicely. We're starting to work on the inside, flooring and cabinets and trim. Drywall is up, but the exterior, around the building, is still dirt. I know in the rear is dirt. The grass is the slope, and the grass is all done, but the hardscape is not. And we're just starting to dig for the pool this week or next week. That got delayed, so we have some work to do. We're hoping the clubhouse will be done, and we're shooting for July right now. Certainly with COVID, we experienced some delays with materials and vendors and laborers, but.
Maybe what the board could do is when you approve this, and in each case, the 3 requests, you have a plan. Please note the title and the date on the plan. And then regarding the pavers, what you might do is say that the pavers color and texture is to match that previously approved at the clubhouse.
Yeah.
Oh, I have it here. It's on page sheet 65. I found it on the approved landscaping plans. That's what I was looking for. So it says ashlar slate pattern stamp kind of light beige color. We just called light beige. I think that gave us some flexibility. What Jim just mentioned would be fine. So if we've,
You said it's on page 65 of the landscape plan?
Yes, there was a stamped concrete detail.
So if you could give us the sheet number of that landscape plan, we could include that vote to say that the pavers will be consistent with pavers approved for the clubhouse on sheet number. Is it
sheet number 65?
On sheet number 65. That way, in the future, when the building commissioner looks at this, he knows what is expected to be installed. And that makes it a lot easier for me too, because as you know, I have to do a design review inspection before occupancy and sign off, in this case, of the landscape items. So I would need that plan. Thank you.
Anybody have more questions?
My only question is, and I know we touched upon this, is just shading for the residents. So in the common area, is there just one tree, or?
There's one tree, but these are proposed trees. So in the these don't change. So these are all
Okay.
Trees that we're lining the walkway with. There's other trees here, and the same with here. We're putting in trees around the patio. So I would offer that those will provide shade in a certain amount of time.
Anybody else? So we have, we'll call it 3 areas. We've got the entryway. We got the recycling and trash enclosure. And we have the 2 lawn areas. We're eliminating the gazebos and replacing them both with pergolas, gas grills, and seating areas. Everybody feel good about everything?
Mhm.
One suggestion to the board is that you make a motion on each of the 3 plans as presented by Mark with the title and date of each plan. And then where you added things like you wanted additional green giant, arborvitae, and some other form of plantings around the trash enclosures, just note that in the vote.
Okay. Would anyone like to make a motion? Kristen, yes.
Mark, would it be possible for you to put those plan sheets up again, one at a time, for each of the votes so that they can read what Jim was just talking about in that lower right-hand corner?
Actually, why don't we go through it? We'll are there 4 motions or are there 3 motions? We'll call it 4. So what sheet, the entrance is on sheet 64, as I recall. And we need the date on that, Mark.
So you should probably make the individual motions for each of these, noting the title of the plan and the date on the plan and any extras you want to add.
So this is the entry. It's updated, detail 1, site entry plan enlargement, and it's on the sheet 64 landscape plan enlargement plan. And it's dated, it's February 26.
Okay.
Can you share that, Mark?
Oh, am I not? I'm sorry. Is it sharing now?
Yes.
Yeah, you might just want to, if you could enlarge it in that right-hand corner.
So we can read the title? What?
Yep.
Oh, yeah. Where you are.
Yeah, it was site plan entry number 1, drawing number 1. I think if you go back to the left. Yeah, that one.
So it would be site plan entry, plan enlargement, site entry plan enlargement as found on sheet 64, whatever the title was. So Mark, you'll have to go back over to the other corner.
No problem.
Yeah, so I'll make the motion that we approve this. Why don't we start this off? So first is this sheet. It's the site entry improvements. And it's the drawing is landscape plan enlargement, sheet 64. Revision date is February 26, 2021.
Mark, I don't see the revision date. Is there a revision date? Oh, I see it. I see it. Take it back. I see it.
Okay.
You want a second?
So are we're gonna 3 individual improvements, do you think is best, Jim?
Yeah, I would vote on each of the plans individually. So you need a second, then discussion and a vote.
Okay. Hazel seconds. Any discussion? All in favor? Cindy, in favor?
Yes.
Heather?
Yes.
Hazel, obviously, and me as well.
Yes. Yep.
Okay. Excellent. I'll make a motion that we approve the trash and recycling enclosure. And that is going to be seen on, Mark, sheet, what sheet is that on?
Same one, 64.
On 64?
I think this one's different.
Oh, is it?
Yeah.
Yeah, we submitted this sketch here.
Oh, okay, it's a new one then.
Yes. Yeah, it was not because it's an addition, so we didn't switch anything out. This is just we're adding to.
Okay, and it's site plan construction sketch is the name of the drawing.
Number 2.
I'm sorry, Hazel?
It says site plan construction sketch number 2.
Number 2, and it's sheet number 1, and I can't read the date there.
Either can I. Let's see. February 5th, 2/5/21.
And the condition on this, we're going to add, Mark, I think you said 3 arborvitaes on the back and 1 on the side. Is that, and then we're going to
Yes.
add some, I think we're rhododendrons. Is that what you mentioned?
I could do rhododendrons, or I was thinking hydrangeas.
Hydrangeas. Okay, how many hydrangeas?
I was thinking 2.
Okay, 2 hydrangeas and 3 arborvitaes.
And so are the arborvitaes are on the north side and the hydrangeas are on the west side?
I was thinking, well, let me just so we're clear. I was thinking 3 arborvitaes on the back with 2
Hydrangeas.
hydrangeas in the middle, and then 1 green giant arborvitae in, in here and on the side.
Okay, that good for everybody?
Mhm.
Okay, so those are conditions on the approval of the trash enclosure, and it's going to match the existing trash enclosure already on site. We have a drawing number, drawing plan name. Do I have a second?
Second.
Discussion? Any more questions? Heather, you good?
I'm good.
Cindy, you good?
Yes.
Hazel, you're good, and I'm good. Approved. So I will make a motion that we approve both modifications to the great lawn and the small lawn. Is that what we call it, Mark?
Yes, sir.
We're going to substitute existing gazebos for pergolas with grill stations, chairs with them, and chairs with umbrellas on the stamped concrete. The plan drawing is, what's the name of this drawing, Mark?
It's the same one as the first condition.
Okay, so it's landscape plan enlargement, sheet 64. And the date is February 26, 2021.
It's sheet 64 of 86, right?
Yes, it is. That's right.
And before you get a second on that, I have a suggestion.
So I think we want to write in that we're going to, the stamped concrete will match the pre-approved stamped concrete at the clubhouse. And Jim, go ahead.
So it is the previously approved stamped concrete at the clubhouse as shown on sheet 64, did you say, Mark?
No, it was, I think it was 65.
65, and what was the title of that plan?
It was landscape details.
Sheet 65, okay. And so the vote should note that. The other thing, just as a correction to Michael's motion, is you're substituting the pergolas for the gazebo. I think initially you said substituting the gazebo for the pergolas.
Oh, I'm sorry. Good catch.
Because who knows how many years down the road this will be and who will be inspecting it.
Sure. So that's a photo of the trellis, the pergolas. That's noted someplace that these pergolas are wood construction. And the same thing with the tables. Do we have those on?
Well, we submitted with the submission. I submitted a kind of a detail sheet to you.
Okay. Do we need that as part of the record?
Yeah, you should have that noted. Detail for the pergola is shown on. We'll look it up.
You give it a name and a number?
Yes.
Okay.
Actually, that I believe on those sheets, I didn't see a title or anything. It was just pictures of the materials. Is that correct, Mark?
It was
pergola
called
chairs.
lawn patio features.
Does it have a date?
No. Mm-mm.
Let's give it one.
Yeah, dated today.
March 31st, 2021. And the chairs and the pergolas are they on the same sheet or?
Yes.
Excellent. Do I have a second?
Second.
Any discussion?
So can I make a suggestion? I just noticed something. The stamped concrete detail on sheet 65 was for the clubhouse. It was actually for this addition. There's another seating area on the site that's already approved.
Mm-hmm.
This is the stamped concrete that was shown here. The clubhouse actually isn't showing stamped concrete. It's showing concrete paving. And so I don't think that's exactly right.
Okay. What is the color of the pre-approved in the other seating area, Mark?
It was the light beige.
It's the same color, right?
Yeah, yes.
Okay. So we should change that note about the stamped concrete
To match the stamped concrete that was approved for the other seating area. It's still on. It's the same detail, but it's not the clubhouse stamped concrete. It was the seating area stamped concrete, which is light beige. It's the same detail.
Okay. And is this the same sheet, Mark?
65.
65. This is 65 we're looking at now.
Oh, this is 64.
64.
Okay.
The seating area that's shown on 64. Yeah.
But that color's not shown on this plan?
It's not, but it says stamped concrete, and then it says, and it references the detail number 1 on sheet 65, and that was
65.
the detail that we were referring to before.
Okay. All right. So Kristen, you've made that change?
Okay, so this is going to be the stamped concrete will match previously approved stamped concrete as shown on sheet number 64, number 3, seating area plan enlargement. Is that correct?
No, actually the call out is still on sheet 65 of the landscape plan.
Okay.
The call out of the paver color.
Okay, so it's sheet 65, but it's that number 3 seating area plan enlargement call out box. Is that correct?
I don't think so. We don't have, we can't see sheet 65, Mark. Is that, do you know, can you tell us more specifically where it is on that sheet?
It's detail number 1.
Detail number 1, sheet 65.
That's good. Thank you.
So all we need to say is sheet 65, detail number 1.
Yes.
And what's the title of it? Landscape details?
Yes.
Okay.
All right. I think that's good. We have a second. Any more discussion?
Just had a quick question. Is the design also going to be that herringbone, or is it just going to be the square pavers?
Well, if you approve that plan, it's supposed to be herringbone.
Herringbone on the plan.
But then above it's square pavers.
But that's the,
That's the pool.
that's the.
The pool?
The pool,
Okay.
yeah.
Okay, then yes. Okay, so then the herringbone stays. Okay,
Okay, I'll take the herringbone.
me too. I definitely like the herringbone.
Yeah, me too. Okay, we got a vote. Cindy,
Yes.
Heather?
Yep.
Hazel, you're good?
Yeah,
And I'm good as well. Passes. Excellent.
right.
Well,
I have
thank you
one
very much.
question, Mark, before he goes. Can we go back to sheet 1, which is the rendering of the entire plan? I just have one question. Yeah, that. Okay. Is Peters Farm Way, is that the name of the road that goes all the way around?
Yeah. Yep. Peters Farm Way is the loop.
Oh, okay, fine. I just wanted to verify that because the way it looked, it was hard for me to tell what the name of that street was going all the way around because you only have it in one place on the plan.
Right.
Okay,
I can see that.
that was my question.
All right, everything's proceeding on site, Mark? I know you got some supply issues, but other than that.
Yeah, I mean it's everywhere. I mean, I don't know if you're in the field or if you've heard it from other developers, but I mean the shortages and the labor issues and the getting the materials, actually the product is a real challenge for all development right now. But we're working through it. So building 12 is so this where my cursor is. That was the first building we built. That's fully occupied. Building 14 is occupied. I think we have maybe half a dozen units left to sell in there. And then building 13 is under construction now. If you went out there, the garage is poured, the elevator is done. Well, the elevator shaft is up, and I think we're framing on the second floor now, working our way up. So the clubhouse is well underway. We're doing the interior now. That, as I mentioned, that should be open in July, maybe August, but hopefully July. So it's, things are progressing.
Good.
It's always slow at the start of a site like this. The challenges are, to create a sense of urgency. Your buyers, they look around and they see many more buildings to come. So, the challenge is to get them to buy now and not when it's more of a project rather than a construction site. So, we have a lot of grass now. We put a ton of sod down. We've made, we're trying to make landscaping improvements and really beef up our entrance. And, and once building 13 is done, we're going to move the construction area and we're going to finish. Our goal is to finish, this patio area, this walkway, this green space, and really try to create some park area for our residents. So that will be great.
Great. Good. Yeah, no, it looks great. All right, Mark, thank you very much.
Mark, can you send me an email after this is over with the best phone number to reach you? I'd like to call you as soon as I can after the meeting.
Okay, I'll email you right now. Thank you all.
That's great. Thank you.
Thank you, Mark.
Thanks, Mark. Good luck.
Bye. Thank you.
I think we also wanted to approve these minutes. Did everybody have a chance to review these minutes?
Yep.
All right. So I don't have them open in front of me, Kristen. I'm sorry. So can you name these dates and we'll vote on approving these?
Yep, just let me pull them up. So it should be December 16th, 2020. And then January 8th, 2021. And February 24th, 2021.
Okay. I'm going to make a motion that we approve the minutes for the following meeting, hearings, December 16th, 2020, January 8th, 2021, and February 24th, 2021. Can I have a second?
Second.
Okay.
Any discussion? Any vote? Cindy, did you second that, right?
Yes.
All right, Heather, you good?
Yep.
Hazel, you good?
Yep.
And I'm good. Excellent. Perfect. Jim, anything coming down the pike at us we need to think about, or we good?
Not right now. You probably will shortly. There's going to be some work done. We were hoping for a wings restaurant right next to Town Hall where Subway was. I forget the name of it. It's very much like the concept of Wings Over Worcester, if you're familiar with that, on Hampshire and Water Street there in Kelly Square. So they'd have a counter and some sit-down tables, and they serve wings and beer, mostly takeout.
Yeah.
Not the beer, of course. So you'll get signage, new windows, doors for that building.
Right.
I'm not sure if there's another one coming or not, so I'm going to be quiet until I know a little bit more about that. So
Fair enough. Fair enough. And how are the knees?
oh, good. Thank you. Thank you for asking. You've probably seen me moving around a little bit. I'm trying to not sit too much.
Yeah, nice and flexible.
I have good range of motion.
Yeah,
Yep.
good
Thank
for
you very much.
Awesome.
Yeah, it's just sitting like in a car driving is tough.
Sure. Yeah.
Yep.
All right. Well, good to see you on your feet again.
Yeah, thanks very much, and appreciate everybody's patience with me over the last few months.
No worries. No worries. All right. Other than that, anybody have any issues, or will adjourn? Have a second on adjourning?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Hi.
All right.
Thank you,
Thanks,
folks.
everybody.
Thank
See you
you.
again soon.
Good day.
Have a
All right,
great day.
bye-bye.